Let me piece yourself back together now. What's your vision?
In the top lane. Also Ruler, a guy who has only played one game of Tristana and so
going to be good for this champion. She absolutely needs to stay ahead of the Caitlyn, because if Kate starts getting an advantage on you, you need to wait for much more gold for you to be able to take on her or take her on in a 1v1.
Watch out for this though, the culling is coming out, Crown getting super low, the last bullet is gonna take him down, first blood, a solo kill to Faker on the Lucian.
Look at that,
did get pushed in. He is still hanging up there, and there has been so much vision of Peanut on this Zac, by the way. They've known where he's been for a long time. Will they go for the gank? He's looking for it. The Flag and Dragon's so close. He's waiting for the knockup first. Into the second one. The Cataclysm comes down, and the Feast will pick up a kill for Q. These guys still know how to play it. And you can see Bang's doing okay so far with this lead. We are going to have the Infernal Drake being soloed down by Peanut. Loves to go for these solo dragons. And Faker just, once again, very calmly sidestepping all of the CC from that Talia. Bang and Wolf making their way over. And Ruler and Core JJ, they're just a little bit too late. Not even going to use the smite here. Caitlyn picks that one up. TP is going to be used. Wolf burning his ultimate, saying, okay, I'll just get out of this one. And that will be a pretty much free Infernal Drake going over to SKT.
Yeah, the Infernal Drake will
have the resources to go for that. So here we go. The Infernal Drake, the second one of the game, is started. Haru is hanging around nearby. It is going to be a 4-on-4 for now. Both of these top laners do have the teleport, but will it come in time? This is being burned down, and Samsung just going to give it away as SKT had all of that control with the vision and all their
to burn his flash, but in return, Jungle is showing into the mid lane. They can just safely push into the bottom side, and the pressure pays off. 2 towers in the favor of SKT, and now we get to see the snowball just starting to build up. They were just looking for the perfect snow to build up. You see, it's meta to have your dual lane swap into the mid lane after a while, but an engage onto Crown, and he just got crit.
Oh man, this 1v1 all the time, it just brings down Crown essentially alone. Peanut coming in for just the cleanup, and it's been basically the Faker show against Crown the entire time, really setting the tone for this entire series.
Dear Lord, and there is SKT. Once they complete the trifecta of dragons, they don't even care about that tower. It's all about the Baron, and they don't have anything that will seriously be a threat when it comes to stopping them in here. With the Blade of the Rune King from the Fed Lucian, the Caitlyn that already has that 2 items back, the Zac's percent damage, this Baron would go down in a jiffy. And
see that one, and here we go again. The 1v1 begins, and the culling comes out, and the flash is used, but it's not enough. Faker with another solo kill onto Crown. He's just too much on this champion right now.
And in none of those kills, Faker even solo kills left, right, and center. This matchup could not have been more one-sided, and Lucian has to be banned for the rest of the series because I just don't see what Crown is going to do against him anymore. It seems like a mental block at this point.
The flag was used for Haru. He's going to have to flash for this one, but they go for the counter engage. They get Ruler in the back. There's the stun. The Cosmic Radiance does come down, but the rest of them are going to be in bad position, and a couple of them do get taken out. Nice disengage and pull off of that Baron to get a couple more kills. They should rely on Wolf here to just push Haru out, as the Baron is going to go down. They might even get Haru here as he's playing a little bit too close. He gets extremely close, and there's the culling, and Faker will get another kill on his Lucian.
Just taking names with the culling. My God, he's got everybody on the hit list. Mistakes onto Crown, but I do still feel like they could have found more opportunities when it comes to asserting pressure to the top side of the map. They found one good gank, but never again did we see SamSung going for anything proactive. It was only one attempt, and that's just not going to cut it when you're under so much pressure from SKT. So next draft from SamSung will have to be slightly different. They'll have to target different champions from SKT if they truly want to have a fighting chance in this series, because this game 1 has been all SKT.
I'm looking forward to seeing what Faker can do as
we can put a lot of the emphasis as to the Sam
is extremely fed at this point. The Phantom Dancer going 1v1 onto Ruler. No, it's a 3-shot. Goodbye, Tristana. You're not going to be the one who takes him out. You're going to need the rest of your team to do it, but they're not even going to have time. 10,000 gold ahead, 2 inhibitors go down. They might even push for the game.
GG go next. This one's all done. Holy. Wow, the crits, yeah. Triple crit onto the Tristan. They thought they could get him with the stun.
And another engage here, just to clean up the double kidnap, because why not? To add insult to injury into one of the most one-sided weak games we've seen. Picking up the Penta,
Wait, no.
I think it was. Perhaps? No, it doesn't look like it. Just the Quadra. There's the GG. SKT with a smash over Samsung in game number 1.
Oh my god, that was just a... Champions like Gragas, Maokai, that can single out individual targets, be 1v1, or be chum the waters rather, when there's somebody nearby. You're not just going for a random all-in kill. You need to have somebody there to assist you, to minimize the chance of it going wrong, and to make sure that you secure a kill whenever possible. And speaking of securing, Ocean Dragon for Samsung, and the tables have turned when it comes to these objectives. Fire for SKT in game 1, executed differently than most, and the Tristana push will once again result in bottom lane suffering most of the HP early, and at least now that glimmer of hope that comes from the bottom lane seems to be reappearing once again in Samsung, where they can find some gold, some pressure into the bottom side of the map, and it's at the hands of Ruler and Core JJ, a lane that has been thriving for
range that's even greater than the Varus, but also the escape that Tristana does offer on this champion. An insane push coming out of Samsung here. They're going to pick up another turret. Some of the Waters even used
round means that with Ruler and Core JJ getting their advantages into the bottom side of the map, they can rotate to mid, get that turret down, and now 2 dragons on their advantage, and it looks like a reverse of game 1 with a controlled approach from Samsung, recognizing what needs to happen on the map.
That should be 1 turret at least going over to SKT.
So if SKT wants to have pressure onto this matchup, it's going to have to come at the hands of helping out Faker. FaZe has the most kill pressure right now. If you go help out Kalista, you will be met by a Stand United, and he's already built a Titanic Hydra, which, while he can do damage, it's not the tankiest when it comes to surviving these skirmishes. So instead, he will just have to back off, respect the damage from SKT, and a great use of Rift Herald turns into 2 towers for SKT. Another gold lead remains even. So we got a great game on our hands when it comes to go in there, face check, and try to stop Samsung from starting any Baron opportunities, and instead they'll find themselves a fight in mid.
Whoa, they're going super deep for Ruler, but Bang oversteps his boundaries. First blood at 21 minutes into the game. As Bang, he just took 1 step too far, and that meant his life.
I think that's exactly what I was suspecting was going to come out of worst champion possible, because Tristana is going to be significantly more difficult to kill than Crown, who's not only having
Peanuts, but he's going to take a bunch of damage. Already down to half health. He's alone. There's the shockwave. And he gets caught out going 1v3. And there's the jungler going down.
Oh, I'm so happy to see that the analysis has come through, that SKT, their mistakes that were made in Africa, a team that was unable to punish, is happening again at the hands of Sam.
Look at the ping. Here we go. The TP from behind. This is their moment to make a play happen. Here come Faker and Duntara from the left side. Will they get Ruler? No. That's going to go wide. And there's the Stand United. They cannot get onto Ruler. Now Duntara's all alone. Where's the support? He's all alone. He went too far. And down goes Duntara, a failed teleport gank with both of the teleports from SKT.
The audible from Samsung was great there. I don't think they're going to be able to get Faker quite right. There is Alistar to worry about. There is no Ren this time around, but if they can just keep Peanut out, this should be Samsung's.
That's the play. They're relying on Cortez to keep him out, and the Baron is already incredibly low. That's going to be enough CC to keep Peanut out, and there's the Baron going over to Samsung. Now with the Baron on their side,
up to the bottom side, and hell, they're prioritizing vision around the Dragon. This Baron should be turrets. This Baron should be base turret. They should not be the ones losing a tower. So a misuse of the Baron, and we might be seeing like a negative Baron power play here, as a second tier turret is being assaulted from SKT. It's going to be a base race, but Tristana has turrets. You're going to base race Tristana? I don't know about this one.
They're going home. Samsung, they decide, take the 2 turrets and go back home and try to defend, but here we go. They're going for the inhibitor, SKT. Will they get it? It's going to be close. A couple more hits will do it, and there it is. Not enough carry, not enough damage around here. Meanwhile, Crown and Ruler stayed home. The rest of Samsung will try to stop these backs. Here comes Crown and Ruler. They're going to get the inhibitor. Will they continue to push? Yes, they will. They're going for that turret, and there's Faker. It looks like he will get the recall. That's extremely important. But he's the only one right now. Can he go 1v2 is the real question. Still the Banshee's Veil available on Crown, but here's the collapse from SKT. Down goes the Fizz, but Crown should be following up. There's the Cosmic Radiance. Ruler's still alive somehow, some way. He is taken out in the end. SKT, they do get back here. Bang is still very, very much protected. It doesn't look like they want to go full on with the 4v4 just yet. They hold on to their base just barely. That was a close one.
Looks like they might be fancying going further. I sure hope not. Nope, they are getting out, and they just got Samsung's decision to control the river without Dragon even being alive. Hell, even prioritizing Dragon was a fatal mistake. Their positioning and split call of going to the bottom side and defending mid lane was so off.
PC means that this time Samsung will get their second inhibitor that they so dearly wanted, and now they'll make a play towards that Baron.
They get lucky that SKT has some big mishaps, but now the Elder Dragon is up, and so is Baron. This is an opportunity for these teams to prioritize objectives. Baron is obviously the most important one here, so I expect both of them to fight for a chum.
It hit Crown! It got onto Crown! There's that Stand United into the cast, but will he go down? The shield to the heels, and the big shockwave right before that Cosmic Radiance, but here's Faker trying to get onto Crown! He gets him! He gets Crown! Now Haru is getting extremely low. Bang is still available, but so is Ruler. It's the battle of the 80 carries right now. Corte Day, he's getting low. There's the red. Ruler, he can't do enough damage. SKT, they're too tanky. Now Cuvee is going to be left all alone. SKT, they're turning this one around. They're going to get another kill. Cuvee's not even going to stick around in this one. He's going to try to make it out with his life. SKT, can they pick up another kill? It doesn't look like it. They just get 2 as Cuvee sticks alive, and now they're moving towards the Baron.
Oh, at the last possible second, Faker finds Crown, and that is huge. That's exactly the weakness of these 2 carry compositions. One man goes down, and they don't have a chance. There's Ren to secure this, but they're turning off.
That stun misses, but Ruler forced to flash away. He pulls him off of the Baron, but Ruler doesn't have an escape. Will it matter, though? Here comes Bang on in, and he will do the damage. The rest of his team helping him out dearly. They pick up another 2 kills, and that should be the Baron for SKT.
And that Baron is huge. What is Samsung thinking going into that moment? Not respecting that SKT could always turn around and go onto Ruler, and now the Baron will be theirs. Are they going to go donate themselves once again?
Crown looking for the miracle shockwave. Can he get it? There's the cast. There's the rend. It comes out at nearly the same time as the shock. Some of the Waters is up. They're going to use this. They want to get Crown. He's going to not plug in the fish. It threads the needle, and it finds Crown in the bag. Can they get it? The shockwave is good, but Crown is getting low. They're still trying to get onto him. Down he goes. Bang all alone. It's going to be taking out the rest of this team. Down goes the Tristana. Down will go the Alistair. And down will go the rest of Samsung. Only Haru will be left alive. That was the engage that SKT needed.
But do they have enough to close out? I'm not sure they do. They're so deep inside their base. Inhibitor is still up. Pings are going down. 40 seconds on everybody from SKT, barring Cuvee. Pings are going out. I think that Baron and extend the game for who knows how long.
If he just sat behind that Jarvan like you were talking about, didn't get hit, wasn't working out just yet. Ruler taking a little bit of damage, that Righteous Glory just to push him back and threaten at this point. The Cosmic Radiance is going to be popped here. They're going to go on to Cuvee, but again, that's not used. Ruler taking a bit of damage. The Shockwave is going to catch. Bang, it's a big one. Can they actually get it? The dots are going, but look at Crown in the back. He gets caught again, and that is exactly exactly what they wanted. Faker, he stays alive somehow as well. He's still going down. Cube takes him out, but it just doesn't matter. Bang, he's all by himself. They could never take out this Callista until the end. That's going to be the end of the game here, folks. Game number 2, SKT, somehow, some way, they pull it back.
They just have a laser onto Crown, and Faker once again finds the Chum the Waters, and then Peanut Ruler.
Oh, he's out of the fight, even if he's not dead. He can't go on a 1v4 right now, not with Bang still available. That's going to be the end of this Tristana, and the end of Shen, and potentially the end of this game. Somehow Kive survives, but it just doesn't matter. Game number 2, as the Nexus falls, will be SKT.
They fought with tooth and nail, and they succeeded. What an impressive display of mechanical skill from SKT, but Samsung drops the ball when it comes to protecting their composition. Their critical members were never alive. At no point did we see the composition
the best team in the world. Can they actually do it in the bot lane? Can Ambition do it on?
I'm still going to go ahead and risk this statement that I think that they're going to... 1 second, though.
Okay, Peanut's getting caught out here. The Devourer coming in. Stitch is going under turret. That is too much.
All right,
my good
I'll
sir.
Say it. SKT's winning it. SKT's going to win this game. And when they face SKT or KT now...
In the top side, but it did fail, as Untara did read it very nicely here. Now Wraith and Stitch, they're sticking around, and Stitch, he gets hit out of there. The Buster shot to get banged back, but of course you're not getting out of that one. Just sticking to...
It's going to take a lot of time to die. There's not a whole lot of damage being built out of the 3 members of Samsung, so he can play safer. He can survive in this lane if he gets to over, and even try to go for a turn-on kill, and diving him 2v1 is still going to be quite tough just because of how tanky he's going to be. So his itemization and play is responsible for the defense of SKT, and not too risky. Smelled something out, and nice smells that Ambition. They might be fancying a flash twisted advance, but Faker has flash too.
And they got Peanut nearby. There's that flash twisted advance into the ultimate, and down will go Faker in the mid lane. Finally able to take out this pesky Lucian as a unit. Okay, we do have what looks like an Abyssal Voyage in onto Stitch, and here comes Peanut. He's all alone. The flash comes in with the Rend. Wraith, all by himself, somewhere out on the map, is looking to make a stun happen, actually getting him pretty low with the Ignites. Will he actually go down? No, the heal is going to come in. And it
go Rylai's next as well, but he might be going for that item now. 2 stacks in the Darksteel, but the bottom side is dropping the ball. But what can you truly expect out of that? It's impossible to put any pressure on them, and Faker still has flash, so it's unlikely that this can go. Whoa! Time 2 happens again in game 3, so the Alistar might be a bit difficult for him to deal with, but he does have Tahm Kench to devour him had anything gone too out of their hands. So a bit of a miscommunication happening again. You don't want to see that happen, but we know what his late game team fights going to the side lanes just yet, so SKT will continue to split push on the side lanes, try to get advantages that way, but a fight happens.
Fate's call, it's going to go onto the Alistar, not exactly the best target. Bang is going to be engaged on Peanut all by himself with only the damage of Faker. Faker against 2, can he do it? Cube all alone will go down, but so will Faker. And so it's going to be a 1-for-1 for just now, but now it looks like SKT with a bit more damage. Nice re-engage there from Wraith. He gets the stun, but it's not enough. Bang, he's too protected. Untara, he's doing too much in the front line. That's going to be a couple more, and in comes the Abyssal Voyage. Ambition's all alone, he can't survive. Wolf, he wants the kill. Doesn't look like he'll get it though, as Bang decides not to join up, but they pick up a 4th kill, and a big lead now for SKT in this one.
Oh, huge balls from Faker going for a 1v2, but you wish that Stitch could have done the same. It felt like had they followed up any division, prevent the flanks from Kennen, and then go for a Baron as it spawns in another minute. But the grouping from Samsung is going to be met with Gragas.
Oh, he catches Crown in the back, and a flash is not going to save him. He's all alone, and Ambition trying his best to get out of this one. Cube joining the fight a little bit too late. Will they even get Ambition here? It's going to be close. A couple more hits will do it. Doesn't look like they will, but they get a very important wave clearer in that Crown pick, and they will push on to this inhibitor turret.
They were about to survive that push. They could have gone into the Baron side, start defending that play, but now by attempting to defend their...
Celebrating already as they are beginning to push in onto these turrets. They've got all the dragons, they've taken all the barons, and they're looking to take all the games as they send Faker into mid and the rest of the team up into the top lane to take out these inhibitors and potentially go for the win.
They're just glutton for victory. 3 world titles is not enough.
Oh, they catch bang, but it just doesn't.
Multiple LCK titles, not enough. They need to win it all, and Samsung stands in their way, but knocked down like a cardboard team.
Question is, can the rest of the other teams step up to SKT? As SKT, they're looking for their second 3-0 against Samsung in best of 5s in 2017. They take out that third inhibitor. The Weaver's Wall will come in, but it's just locking SKT in with Samsung as they're pushing on to these Nexus turrets, just waiting for the waves to push in. Wraith with nice engage here, but the perfect equalizer. Kime's going to go down, and so will Crown. Nobody on SKT is going to go down here as Baker light steals up. That's going to be 4 kills. Ambition, they're looking for the third one, or rather the 5th one. Can't even count at this point. The Rend, will it come in? Not quite, but they will stake out the Nexus, and that is game number 3. SKT with a 3-0 victory over Samsung.
This